Welcome back, everyone. We're not in Kansas anymore. You knew I was going to do it.
I'm clicking my heels.
Yeah, I know. This is Michele Madigan, our Commissioner of Finance, or Finance Commissioner, depending on what day of the week it is, here for Saratoga Springs, who you can't see it, I just noticed on the monitor, is wearing shoes that Dorothy would be envious of. And I'm talking about the Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. You look very colorful and creative today, by the way.
Thank you very much. I tried.
You know what? I think it has
something.
Yeah, exactly right. It has something to do with the conversation. Let's face it, Saratoga, for longer than any of us have been around, has been developing a brand that was built really on health, history, and horses. It's one of the most powerful brands in the world. People come here, myself included, by the way, because before I even understood why I was moving here, I understood what Saratoga was. Well, that takes decades to develop. However, it is also very apparent that there's a way to enhance this brand because of the people who have been attracted, probably very much for that reason, who are involved in the humanities, that are involved with arts, who are involved with culture. And we got wind that Michele, who usually is on the forefront of these kinds of ventures, was really very interested in pursuing that.
I am. I love the brand Health, History, and Horses. I relocated back to this area because I grew up with Health, History, and Horses and coming to the race course for forever. Mm-hmm. Don't want to mess with that brand. Don't want to even mess with the brand of Saratoga Springs. That's right. A powerful brand. But I think there's something to add to it in terms of arts and culture. We have so much going on in this community. Yaddo, Tang, let's look at what's just happened with Cafe Lena, our downtown, our bookstores, the Adelphi, Saratoga Arms, Look TV, all that you bring to the community, the Saratoga Performing Arts Center. There's something there to add on to our already powerful, popular brand.
You know, and what she just said so quickly, and boy, very pointedly too, by the way, are the things that build the base for really recognizing that it's one thing if you tell people what you are, it's another thing if they experience what you are. And that's really what brand development is about. And you can never make a promise you can't keep in that. And the organizations that you just listed, us included, are really the organizations that really do try to live up to the sense that if you were to start to extend our brand into the humanities, into arts and culture. I mean, you could take the Tang Museum up at Skidmore, right?
Yes.
Think about all of the things in our community that contribute to the well-being of this community through the arts and culture, right?
Yeah, absolutely. These are all entities, companies, small businesses, museums. They all care about this community. They're all here. First and foremost, what's on their mind is what's good for Saratoga Springs. So, yeah, absolutely, I agree with you there.
You know what? And the other piece of the puzzle here is that the organizations are talking to each other, and they're working together. I just was at Cafe Lena the other night for Rockman, and it was just wonderful. It was sold out, and the place was packed and everything else. But I happened to be looking at upcoming events, and there's events that they're cross-promoting with Saratoga Performing Arts Center. And during the summer, Lena has a presence at Saratoga Performing Arts Center. UPH is under massive renovation and construction and will be another piece of that puzzle. So that's what happens. So someone who comes to our city, either to visit or to live or to make a decision whether or not they would like to work and raise their families here, would be able to recognize the other aspects.
That's key.
That we have to
the
offer.
Quality of life issues, making sure people understand what we have to offer, not just for 2 months out of the year, but year-round is key, because we have a lot going on in this community. It's a generous community. There's lots of galas, fundraisers supporting our museums, our downtown, our senior centers. I mean, it's all part of a whole community, issue. But I want to get back to one of the other points you made. There's so much going on. How do we communicate that, not just to people who might want to relocate here, but the cultural tourist, the cultural person who wants to maybe go somewhere on a destination? Choose Saratoga Springs.
Right.
You know, there's a difference between the cultural tourist and sort of your leisure tourist. So how do we let them know, we know, all the great things that are going on in our city, not just, again, we like to say we're the summer place to be. I think we're the year-round place to be.
And the city, by the way, is starting to take the first steps toward that direction. And we're going to be following that with you hand in hand because it's part of our DNA right here where we happen to be sitting, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely. You're a big help. I mean, you're my go-to person. How many times am I on this show? I love coming here and talking to you
you're
about
going to go straight to heaven for that. You understand that. Anybody that uses me as a
I'm
go-to
going to heaven. I'm
person.
going to have a statue right out in front of Look TV.
Good.
No.
Put in the good word for us, will you? Hey, Drew, we're going to heaven. Hey, the other thing I want to talk about is you're going to be able to connect a lot of these people. This fiber project is a really massive undertaking and very, very interesting to talk about. Can you just give us a quick update on that?
Sure. So step one, we've done an RFP. We wanted to see if there was a company out there that would be willing to come to our city and put fiber in the ground, like a utility, like a water, like a sewer.
That's right.
A road.
That's the way to look at it.
So it's a long-term project. We've completed step one. We've awarded a bid to a company called Sci-Fi, S-I-F-I. They're big overseas, London. This is a model that they use overseas, and they're starting to make inroads in the United States. So the goal would be, at no charge to the city, but for access to our right-of-way, to lay fiber on every single street, city street, business, to every business in the city proper designated areas.
I've got it. Now, there's going to be a lot of conversation about this that we're going to follow up on also. And there's an important distinction here, Michele. Technologies come and go. The big buzz now is 5G. Well, yesterday it was 4G. Tomorrow it'll be 6G. It could be satellite transmission. Any number of ways to improve communication tools. When it comes to laying fiber in the ground, you said it, it's like a utility. So this is a very interesting step that I hope people don't get sidetracked by thinking technology is the answer, when in actuality, it's the roadway that technology is going to travel on that will be the most important asset for this city in future years. Well, thank you for taking the time to come in, give us an update on arts and culture and fiber.
Always a pleasure.
Woo!
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Good to see you. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, which is looktvonline.com.